Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about stores and setting up stores at a very general high level. I'm not going to walk through the details of it. I have another video that does that, but that you can find in the description below. But in this video, I'm going to talk about how you should think about setting up a store on your site, because this is something I have seen some tremendously traumatic setups that I had to unfortunately let the client know, or just be like, man, you got to redo this or reset this up, because this is just not optimal and it's just going to cause way too much chaos later in the future. So let's take a look at two questions I got here on YouTube. First one is this: can this work? They're talking about the video with categories and all that, with multiple stores on a website. I need to cross-pollinate products across two stores, but need to keep the navigation as separate items. Hey, love your channel. Question: is there a way to place two shops on the same page? If anybody would know, it's you. All right, let's see if I do know, okay? Let's walk through this. So here I am on my demo website. If I'm on the not link section or main navigation, either one does not matter. If I click the plus sign, it gives me this option for a store. And so if I click on store, it's going to let me build a store out, which is awesome. Boom, we got the store set up. We are good to go. What I've seen is people are trying to separate stores by category, so they create multiple stores. Now, the ideal situation for most websites is just going to be one store with separate categories. So then in here in the store, if I click the settings wheel and then I go to categories, I'll have a ton of different categories built that I can use. So this can be like shoes, and then t-shirts, and women's and men's. Boom, we could have all this set up. And it's cool too, because you can do, let's do this. If you go over, you can do it where it's actually a subcategory as well. So there'd be a main category of men's, and then there'd be a main category of women's with subcategories underneath it. Awesome. You do not need to separate. Every single one of these categories has its own URL. So if you want to direct traffic specifically to men's t-shirts, you can. If you want to direct traffic specifically to women's shoes, you can. It's really easy to do that because each one of these has a URL tied to it. But let's start to answer the questions that we got in the YouTube comments. How do you populate two separate stores on one page? Now, there are a few ways to go about this, so I'm going to try to show you the most profitable way, or the easiest way, and we'll go from there. This really is going to matter on the amount of products you have, but let's just start with something simple and we could get into the details in a moment. So cool. So the first thing I would do is I click the plus sign and I create a new page. From here, I'll call it whatever, the store page or whatever I want it to be specifically. Then I come in here, I create a few sections. I'm just going to add in a few from my template, which if you want to purchase this, you could check out the link down below to do that. I'll add in this header section. I'll add in a quick like about section. Let's do this one, and then I would just change the background, remove it. Cool, we're good to go. Change this to white. Beautiful. And then here I would add in a blank section. This is where the actual work happens. So I'd add in a blank section. I'd hit add block. Once I do that, then I would come in here. You could like add some text first and foremost, but right below that, I'm going to add what they call a summary. So we'll click on this, and summaries are really cool and really powerful. So I'll extend it across the page. Up here, I'm going to put this as men's shoe or whatever, men's clothing. Let's just do that. And I'll set it up as H2. Boom, we're good to go. Then I'll double click into the summary. We need to select the page, which would be the store. So we'll select that. You'll see the products show up right away, which is awesome. But then we'll filter items. So you go to category, and then you'll select the actual category you want to filter by. So in this case, I want to filter it by t-shirts. I tagged one item with t-shirts, so we're good to go. From there, we want to design it. In this case, I would probably do a carousel so that it runs through the items. But if I have like 30 plus 30 items, I'll probably do a grid and then use that as a styling to start. So number of items per row is 3. The actual look and feel, you could start to adjust that how you like. Text size is small. I'm actually gonna make it large and get rid of the excerpt. So it just shows the price. Everything is to the left. I'll center that. That looks more in line. Don't know why it looks so small. Cool. So we would find the right number. I'll just start with 380. That's a good number. And then here for the photo as well, actually, I just want to make it, instead of auto, I'm just going to do 1 by 1. Cool. That looks great. All right. That looks really good. Now, what we'll do is we'll literally just duplicate this section here. And then I come down here, women's clothing, change this to fit, put that back up, and then get rid of this extra space down here. Then I come in here and go to filter item. And then I change it so it would stay on store. Let me just redo it because it looks like it was tripping. Filter item from category. I would go to shoes for women. Boom, we're good to go. So now we have these 2 sections built out. This will fill up as a grid. Now there's one limitation of this that might be frustrating for you if you have more than 30 products. Number 1, you can only have up to 30 products show. Oh, I was looking at this wrong. I'm sorry. I literally was not paying attention to this. This is the number of items it'll show in total. The highest number you could go here is 30. There are plugins that help you go above the 30 limit. I don't know why that's still there. Call Squarespace if you got any questions about that. But that is the limitation there. So just know that as you're going through it. And then here you could come in here and be able to add those 30. If you really want to go above that, there is a website, I think it's Square Websites, that, and there'll be a link down below, that you can use as a reference to see how you could find a way to go beyond that 30. But just like that, you could create a page that shows the different categories at a very high level, and that links to your product. So it still has the product experience, all of that. So if I click on this, it'll take me to the actual product. The main recommendation I have is I would just get rid of the breadcrumbs here. So if I go into edit design and I hit edit section, it will show this like breadcrumb option right here, product navigation. It shows breadcrumb. I would just do none so that that goes away, because if people click on store, it'll take them to the main store page. If you want them to go there, keep it. But if you don't, just get rid of it because it'll just complicate it and you're good to go. So with all of that said, let's talk about why you would use 2 stores. The main reason you would use 2 stores is if the stores are fundamentally different. If they're fundamentally different, it means like they are completely different. Like one is only services and one is all products. In some ways you could still have those be the same. But let's just say that's the case. So if you want to just show all your products in one store and then have your services in another, you could do that. The other reason you would have 2 stores that I think is actually really, really useful and should be done is if you want to have products that are the same as what you have on the website, but at a discount, or like for like club members or something special for them, where the average price, the normal price is $100, but for them, they get it for $30. There's no way to do that with Squarespace with like logins or anything. So having separate stores with the same products is a great way to be able to have that set up so that you could have everything optimized the way you want around pricing, and you don't have to do like custom orders every time somebody wants to order. But the best thing for stores is to set up one. Start with one and keep one. Now, I have a ton of content on starting your store on Squarespace, so make sure you check out the links below. Friends, I have an important update to share with you. If you just watched this video and you got value from this video, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. I love recommending that because it tells the YouTube algorithm some fancy stuff. But what it tells me is that you got value from the content so that I could create more for you. But on top of that, there's this important update that we're doing, that we're launching, that is the most positive, engaging, and coolest place to be if you are an aspiring Squarespace designer. So if you are an aspiring, like I just said, Squarespace designer, this is for you. We have built a community. It is a paid community, but we've built a community that has these pricing tiers that you can get in on, where you can become a better designer in the next 3, 6, 12 months and have support. You could learn you could watch all these videos on your own. You could like read every article on the internet. But what I've learned is the best tips and tricks that I've learned as a designer have happened in community. Also, if you do the community or the coaching component that we offer, you're going to get direct access to someone like myself where I can help speak into issues or challenges you're facing. Having difficulty with a client, we could speak into that. Not sure if the site you just built is what you want to send to the client and you want feedback from people in the community, great place to be a part of it. All right. So there's a ton of value. Honestly, the list is like endless. There's so much value. If you are a designer, you will step up in process, in your flow. You will raise your prices. All of that will happen when you join this community, because every designer I've worked with has raised their prices, has raised their standard, and has become a better designer. So definitely check out that link below. Again, like and subscribe this video if you got value from it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.